Hi, Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome to today's video. I guess just yarn adventures, what I've been up to, some finished objects, some happy mail I bought for myself. Yes, I'm in the dungeon. The boys are next door watching the V8 supercars and it gets pretty loud, but let's do our video. So I've got back from holidays, driving around, and I had ordered yarn. I got some happy mail. I've opened the top of the first one. So this was from Mural Bark Wool, Mural Bark Victoria, Australia, the Aussie Knitting Company. So yes, I did some shopping in Victoria, which is a state in Australia that's in stage 4 lockdown and is really struggling for business. And I've been looking for chunky yarn, and I got one of these fiddlesticks yarn in a mystery box from Me Mothers, and I needed a couple more to make the pattern. It's really soft. I've never tried it before. It's called Super Big Anti-Pilling. It's 100% acrylic. It has a it takes a 8mm crochet hook and knitting needle. It has a color number, but on the website it is called Mint, I think. There's a document in there that tells me what it is. Spearmint, that's what it's called on the website, but it only has a colour number on the ball band. So I got 2 of those to go with one I had in stock. $15 for 2. What's that? $7.50 each. I also have been wanting to try this yarn. Ooh. I looked at the colourways thinking this was the nicest one. It's got a lot of green in it, and I'm not a fan of green. Don't recall seeing a lot of green in it before. This is called the Panda Crypto 8 ply. There's 428 meters in a ball, 100% acrylic, and it takes a 4mm knitting needle or crochet hook. And I got 2 of those. It is really soft, and they were $16.70 for 2, $8.35 each. I think the colour looked better on the website than it's turned up. It's got a lot of green, but I'm sure I'll use it. So that was 4 balls of yarn I bought from them. Freight wasn't cheap for what it was, realistically. I'm sure they could do the freight a bit cheaper if they would, because that was about $15 freight for that. So yeah, I'd have to think twice because their freight charges from down south to over here are a little bit steep. But Moorabank Wool, the Aussie Knitting Yarn Company. So that was what I bought. That was from Victoria. And then I have some more which came from Victoria. It took, apparently, I was expecting it before I went away. It's from Yarn Me Calm, but they put Cairns, not North Cairns, so it went to the wrong post office at first. I haven't opened the top of it. It's packed in tight, and if I recall, their postage and shipping was exceptionally good. Now, Yarn Me Calm, packed in plastic, and then they put it in a little calico bag, drawstring bag, your order. On the corner it says Yarn Me Calm, which you can use as a project bag. And I think I just bought, because it was Victoria, and I saw this, I hadn't seen it before, Sugar and Cream Scrub Off, and it was in my colours. This is called Papaya colour. Quite like that. And there are 75 grams per ball, and yeah, scrubby cotton. I got 2 of those in that colour. I got because I've been wanting to try it, I got 2. This is when I went on a chunky kick. Bloom in chunky. Premier Bloom in chunky. Oh, God, that is so soft. Oh, that is awesome. Really soft. So that was that one. And I got a little stitch marker. There was a whole range of these, and there were packs of them, but they were all sold out. Comes in a little bag. It's a stitch marker yarn me calm, and it has on the back 5mm. It's got the lobster claw, and it's wood. So yeah, that it's more a project marker because it's pretty big. I would put that on a project if I put it aside and forget what I'm doing. I also, because I've wanted these for a while, and I got a couple, one for me, one for a gift. These are the Shretsky's, whatever you pronounce it, shopping bags, or project bags if you wish. You have a little inspiration in every ball of yarn shopping bag. Not quite what I thought they would be. I didn't realise it was a separate pouch. I thought it would roll out of the pouch and the pouch would stay attached. And that one's not made too well. It's fraying. So that'll obviously be mine. And that one's not made too well. That's fraying too. So I'm a little disappointed in those Schwetzky bags. They weren't that cheap, if I remember correctly. But not to worry. Yarn Me Calm, and they are in Victoria as well. Kilo East, I think that's how you pronounce it, Victoria. So a bit of yarn for my stash, a project bag. Yeah, I bought those for myself, guys. So that's my Happy Mail. They put in cards. So finished objects. Yes, it would have read in the title, Watch Later. Well, I started a playlist and started putting things there and called it Watch Later. These are tutorials I've seen and thought I might do that later, might be videos. But as per usual, I haven't gone back to it a lot, and I decided to have a look. And I had heaps of tutorials in there, and of course a lot of them by Crystal from Bag O' Day, because she is so prolific at doing tutorials, and I have done a few of those to reduce my Watch Later playlist. So first off the rank is, I think it's called Midnight Stroll Cow. Tutorial 512. It's over a year old. I have made this before. I'll show you in the mauve. Now, Crystal, it's called the Big Neck Cowl. This is done with a 6mm crochet hook, and it's a carrying cake. And I like that, but the cowl was a little big for someone, and I decided I'd have another go, but I went down to a 5mm, and it turned out small enough for her. So I didn't fringe it. The actual tutorial comes with the fringe. So they're both made in carrying cakes. I think the purple one is called Blueberry, but the green one is Pistachio. I actually bought that yarn last year when the spring cowl was on, and never used it because I only bought one cake, which was silly. And I'm not even sure you can get pistachio anymore. But 200 grams, a 4 weight, and yeah, I used the 5mm to get the smaller size. I like Crystal's patterns because I never have a lot of wastage or yarn left over. It's all that's left over from the cake. I have a feeling this cake was underweight because there should have been enough to fringe it, and there wasn't. The purple one I didn't fringe, but I do remember having enough over to fringe it. So yeah, as you can see, if you do it with 6mm, or you can do it with a 5mm, and you get a slow. I may have made it longer though. Maybe that's why there wasn't enough to fringe it. But yeah, I didn't colour control it. I just did it. So they're my first two finished objects, the Midnight Stroll Cowl 512 Bag O' Day. And for those of you who've been subscribed for a while, you would know that I had some landscape yarn that I wanted to use, and I could never find anything I liked. And I had silver and Metropolis, which is a blacky grey variegated and just plain silver. But I found something in my Watch Later playlist. This is another bag o' day. This is called Cape Shawl Wrap 316, and that is done in the Landscapes Silver and the Landscapes Metropolis. I have photos of me wearing these, or modelling them, so to speak, and I'll put it at the end of this video. And I will put links to all these tutorials in the description below. This is awesome. It's quite weighty, and the reason I wanted to make like a capulet or a cape, I want to donate it as like a bed jacket for the old people's ward at the hospital. But there you go. It Landscapes was great to work with, other than if you made a mistake, it didn't frog that well. But I have used up all my landscape yarn now, which is great. So another stash buster. And from that, my hubby was scrolling through YouTube. We were looking at something, and he came across the Bag O' Day Men's Easy Poncho. And he said, oh, I wouldn't mind one of those for camping. Well, he can wait because it's huge. I might make it in for next year. But it gave me an idea, because Doreen, Emma's mum, Emma's Quest, little Emma, my friend in the wheelchair, she asked me for, she liked my Bag O' Day poncho that I made for myself, that you sort of twist around and wear it off the arm. She wanted me to make one for Emma, but the problem with that pattern, it had bobbles, and with Emma being in a wheelchair, everything has to be fairly soft and delicate and not ridged, because she feels everything very intensely more than we do. But I thought I'd wing it myself, but not totally. I used the pattern design from the Men's Easy Poncho by Crystal, sort of, and I made Emma this off. I'm not sure you can see it really well. Hopefully we'll get a model, a picture of her wearing it. But yeah, I used that. It's because it was like the windows, or as I call them, the little view windows, and then it was double crochet. I think she did 3 rows, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between each row of feature windows. Yes, it's in black blingy glitter, because she's 9 years old going on 39, and she likes black. So it had to be black. I put a little border on the edge, no fringing, keep it simple, keep it soft against her so she can wear it. But I could not just do black. So I put 2 stripes of blingy pink. And when I was on holiday, a little shop up in Ravenshoe, I found, can you see them? Pink Barbie buttons. So that is Emma's poncho. Hopefully sometime in the future I'll get a photo of her wearing it and I'll put it on Instagram. I also, because she has long hair, made her a matching scrunchie, because that's what I had left out of 7 balls of Modavira Starlight 8-ply. I have used a lot of this in different projects, not necessarily the black, but the different colours, and I really like it. It works really well. Sometimes, occasionally, the glitter strand might break, but not very often. I still have heaps of this in my stash. I think I must have bought the black and a lot of other colours when it was reduced, but they still stock it. So it's a 3-weight. It's quite light 3-weight. Use a 4mm crochet hook, and there are 145 meters in a ball. I really don't know what that is in yards, guys. But yeah, they were the buttons, the Barbie buttons. I did buy a few things on my travels, not yarn, just little things that are crafty things. When I do a video, I'll show you all of those. But yeah, sorry, not the yarn. That was my finished object for my little friend Emma, and hopefully we will get a photo. So that was the Cowl, the Capulet shawl, the Emma's poncho, which brings me to my secondhand September first project I have made. Now, if you remember, I bought fantastic Arcadia 8-fly heirloom yarn from a charity shop. And I bought it because this red. The reason this red, this was my mother's favourite colour, and especially this sort of red. The only memory I have from when we left England and moved to Australia is my mother's pride and joy was her red leather lounge suite, and it was that colour, and it was always her favourite colour. So I was lucky enough to be given my mother's doll that I don't know where she got it from or how long she had it. She just gave it to me about a year and a bit before she was killed in a car accident. This is the doll. My son hates it. He reckons it's freaky. I've recently found out, because she has a serial number on the back of her neck, the doll, even in this condition, is worth about $500. It's quite a rare doll. And she has undies, knitted undies on that someone made, but she was in this purple dress, which from the feel of it was wool, and as it's been washed over time, it's got shorter and shorter and shrunk. It's a beautiful pattern. Love to have known where they got that. But I decided, being my mother's doll, and I had found the right red, and I've always wanted to make a bag-o-day baby dress, I made her a dress. This is a bag-o-day tutorial, really easy, turned out really well, because what I did was, and these buttons, secondhand September, I bought 8 of them from a charity shop in a packet for 50 cents. And I put some they're like little gold, creamy trim, pearly buttons. And there's one on the back. So this is the tutorial 558. Now, Crystal does it in a 4-weight with a bigger hook. I used the 3-weight, and I used a 4mm hook, which downsized it to fit the doll. Isn't that awesome? Fits so great, and it looks great. And yes, I now have my mother's doll dressed up in her favourite colour. I was inspired by Llama Mama Kayla, who has got a new niece, Hazel, who's quite small, and she made one of Bag-O-Day's dolls' dresses. Unfortunately, they're a bit smaller and wouldn't have fit this doll, because you can see she's quite long, she's quite big. And that's where I got the idea. I thought, I wonder what will happen if I use a lighter weight yarn and go down to a smaller hook. And that's what happened. I love it. Secondhand September, charity yarn, charity buttons on a very old doll of my mother's. Which brings me to, it is the 30th of August, Sunday here in Australia. You have a couple more days before we kick off my make-along Secondhand September AU. You can do anything. You just need to convince me with a before photo and an after photo that you have recycled, upcycled, repurposed. Someone else's trash could be your treasure. And we live in a very disposable society now, and I would like to see things reused and not thrown away. So guys, 1st of September to the 30th of September will be my make-along. I will leave links to my make-along group in Witchpeace Craft Facebook page. I'll leave a link to the tag. The tag will be Secondhand September AU for Instagram. I have attempted to do a Ravelry one. I'll send that to someone, and if they can post to that comfortably, I'll even put that in there. But as I've said before, if you're not on social media and don't want to do that, you can send me your before and after photos, give me permission or not to publish them, and you can still go in to receive a little prize if you're the lucky random draw winner. But yes, 2 more days and we kick off Secondhand September. So traveling, I start back at work tomorrow. I do have back to work blues. I went to my Cairns Ravelers meeting this morning. There was only a small group of us, but it was fun seeing what everybody's making and catching up with people. And yeah, back to work tomorrow. I only took 2 weeks. I would normally take 5 this time of year. But yeah, 2 weeks is long enough, and I do need to get back to work for clear some of the backlog there. I did take lots of photos traveling, a few videos, and as I said, I will put something together and I'll show you the few little things that I bought that were sort of crafty, influenced on my travels. I'll probably do that in my next video. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to join in Secondhand September Make Along. That would be awesome to see more people join in. And yes, take care of each other. You must, and stay well. Until next time, have at least one crafty day. Bye for now.